Hey guys, I'm Lorentz from Auto Cosplay and a special project I'm working with Smilegate. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I styled the Ras's wig from Epic7. So I had a lot of questions from you guys asking how I style my wigs, and I finally got around to it. So here it is, here's the video. And honestly, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. This is just how I do it. If you can learn something from this and apply it to your technique, super cool. Without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so first things first, you need to get the right wig. And with the current state of the world, it's really hard to get a wig within a reasonable time. So this is the only wig I had at hand. It's a really long one, and I went ahead and trimmed it down to a proper length that I could start working with. Looking at the reference pictures, I can see that Ras's hair hangs around his neck. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just cutting it just slightly longer or below the neck area, and then trim up the bangs so that I can have those nice natural spikes. In my opinion, this process isn't too bad, but this is the most important part, because if you cut too short, then you basically messed up the wig. So be careful with this. Okay, so once I was done with the length of the hair and I was happy with the tips, I went ahead to the front, basically his bangs, and try to match the reference photos as best I can. So that's what I'm doing right here. So I don't have any clips, so I'm just using my fingers and I'm working in sections one at a time. It's not ideal. If you have clips, definitely use that, but you just use what you can. So the technique to produce nice natural spikes or bangs in this case is to grab the bang that you want to create. Go ahead and grab that tip and cut using normal hair cutting scissors towards the tip instead of a straight cut, which then produces a blunt end. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of blow drying. I use hairspray here to build the fiber in the wig, especially because this wig is a pretty flat wig. So it's not a big deal, but you work with what you got. So here you see me grabbing the hair fibers and producing those bangs that we see and love in our anime characters. So this process takes a while, and it takes a long time actually, but if you do it properly, the results are worth it. So with all that being said and done, this is what it looks like with this bangs. It's still kind of unnatural to me, so this is just step one. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna rework those bangs so they look more natural. And that's what I'm doing right here. This is probably the third day I'm working on it. You can tell from the different t-shirts I wear. So don't worry about the first time you look at your wig. It might be not the way you want it. Come back the second day with more energy and come back and rework those bangs. It's gonna be fine. And before I forget, of course, before you just use the mannequin head as a reference, you want to try the wig on yourself to see where the bangs are according to your facial properties. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm trimming the front of the bangs because my face doesn't match up with this mannequin's. And at this point, we're basically done with the wig. Once you get to the back part and the hair fibers are built up, see, I'm just using hairspray and then twisting the tips, and that's how I get those spikes to look natural. And just like that, guys, we're done with this wig. It only took 3 days. Wig styling, in my opinion, is really hard, so kudos to everyone else that does wig styling as a profession. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure you hit that like button. And if you guys have any questions on it, make sure you leave them down below and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Big shout out and thank you to Epic7 for giving me this project to work on. So I'll be doing the rest of the costume next week for another video, so stay tuned for that. And with that being said, much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.